Okay. Give it a couple seconds to see if it's actually streaming. Probably is. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys a quick little Fallout video. Now, with how the whole gaming culture and the sphere and all that, how everything's going on right now with the acquisition of Activision and Blizzard and all that from Microsoft acquiring Bethesda and all these other like really top line companies for game creation. I mean, it's looking really good for Xbox. It really is. But at the same time, it is a double-edged sword with the whole acquisition of all these big top like companies for video games, and not even really for Microsoft. It's mainly a problem for those other companies. Now, Fallout 5 on PlayStation. Will that ever happen? More than likely not. Now, I have several reasons on how it more than likely won't happen for PlayStation players, and then I generally have one reason on how it actually would happen. So, with the whole, like, Bethesda being owned by Microsoft and everything, like I said, less likely that's actually going to happen. So, we know, considering Todd Howard and all of them, they've already confirmed that at some point in time, in the near future, next few years, live service for both ESO, one of their biggest money makers right now, and more people are playing ESO on PlayStation than on Xbox or anything else right now. So, ironically funny, if you're a PlayStation player, and you don't know any of this news of Bethesda, soon, like, their next few, like, actual new big name titles, they're only going to be Xbox exclusives. The new Fallout is more likely going to be an exclusive. The new Elder Scrolls, they already confirmed that's going to be exclusive. Starfield or StarCraft, whatever that big project they've been working on for a very long time, that's going to be the Xbox exclusive. Every project that they're going to release in the near future, all going to be Xbox exclusives. Which, I mean, hey, they had that right to do so. They were bought out by a company. The company gave them their money. Not complaining about that. Now, I am a huge fan of Bethesda. I've been playing Fallout since Fallout 1. Now, granted, Fallout has changed hands periodically here and there throughout the years that this game's been around, right? But with all that's going on, eventually live service for ESO and both 76, Fallout 76, are going to cease for PlayStation players. So if you're playing ESO or Fallout 76 on PlayStation, do know that if you're literally putting your actual hard-earned cash, and right now, that is saying a lot. Like, that's where this is like the whole double-edged sword thing came into play, because right now, no one can go out there and afford to buy a brand new PlayStation or a brand new Xbox. If you can, kudos to you. I mean, I have myself a brand new PlayStation 5. I've had it for a few months. I think it's been about 6 months. I can't exactly remember when I bought it, but I got me a PS5. And, honestly, I was going to wait a good long time, like a year or more after release, until like the better versions came out. But honestly, I have no complaints about my PS5. None at all. Loved it ever since I got it. Which is ironically funny, considering most game consoles first launch really suck, really garbage. But the updates and everything they did before I got it, awesome. But still, with us knowing that Bethesda's doing that, that's going to make playing those games, or even wanting to put money into those games, like, playing is one thing, you know what I mean? But when it comes down to putting your hard-earned money that you use your blood, sweat, and tears to get, you're not, like, at least me, like, if you do it, it's all you, it's your money, you can do what you want with it. But me personally, I'm not going to want to give a game company that I love their games through the generations. See, I love playing Fallout, I love playing ESO, both of those, well, Elder Scrolls, I should say ESO, because that's online. I play ESO too, but still, I've been playing Fallout and Elder Scrolls for a very long time. Ironically, both of them were like, so Morrowind was the first Elder Scrolls game I played. Fallout 3 was the very first Fallout game I played. Ironically, they're both the third version of each other. But after I fell in love with those games, I went back, found the older versions, and played those of both, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I'm like, man, these are some good games. Like, these are some really, really good games. And in all honesty, like, some of my favorite Elder Scrolls and Fallout games were the ones that weren't done by Bethesda. Like, Obsidian, who made, both Oblivion and New Vegas, are my two favorite Elder Scrolls and Fallout games. When it comes to music, gameplay, and a whole lot of other kind of stuff, the game was great. Not to mention the storytelling in both those games were great. Only gripe I have when it comes to, the fact that it was Obsidian doing it was the fact that Bethesda was holding their arms behind their back, like literally behind their back, and making them touch the back of their head. Now, a lot of people give Obsidian flack for the lack of content when it came to New Vegas because Fallout 3, once they did the DLC, you were able to completely play the game. You continue play on afterwards. It didn't matter. New Vegas didn't do that. New Vegas is newer. It should have did that. Well, that wasn't Obsidian's fault. That was Bethesda. Bethesda pretty much didn't want them to compete against their name brand game. Okay? But, so, just a big ol' heads up. If you're like me, and the whole thought process of never being able to play the next Elder Scrolls or Fallout game, and I mean, if those are what you play, like me, I love Fallout. I still play Fallout 4 to this day. I've created so many characters. So many. And I mean, I still love playing this game. It's a great, great game. Now, for me, it makes it really hard for me being such a big fan of these games and playing it for so long to sit there and go, yeah, okay, well, I'm just going to buy a new Xbox. I can't afford a new Xbox. And just to get a $500, console, or $450 console, however much the new Xboxes are, because I got my PlayStation for $450. Worker discount, bitch, what's up? But, anyways, it's really hard, especially right now. No one has the money to just go, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a new console. Now, the whole double-edged sword, I'm going to, go ahead and go back into and, be more specific about what I mean. So, Microsoft has spent billions of dollars, $70 billion just now with the acquisition of Blizzard and Activision. Now, they won't have to worry too much because even after a few years after that, they've already stated that, Activision will be releasing games to both consoles, which is smart. Now, Bethesda could, up and change their mind, and or I should say Microsoft, because Bethesda has no mind of their own no more. So, and honestly, that's how Microsoft works. Microsoft is one of the biggest, silencing companies ever. They don't believe in diversity of opinion. They don't believe in individuals. You're either a cog in a robot, or you're not useful and you're useless, and they will get rid of you. That is the major problem that I have with Microsoft. Now, not all companies are good. Matter of fact, no company is a good company. They're sleazy. Every company is sleazy in some way, shape, or form. Got to be realistic about it. But it depends on how sleazy and what they're doing with that kind of sleaze that they're using. Now, me, I believe in free speech. As long as you aren't literally threatening to murder somebody or R-word somebody or whatever be the case, then yeah, you should be able to sit there and talk shit about someone's mom. You should be able to call someone ugly. You should be able to sit there and say whatever you want. If it hurts their feelings, sucks for them that they're such, paper-skinned babies. But they can also do the same thing. They can make mom joke. They can, be little assholes. It's called trolling. It's been in the gaming culture forever. Since video games have been here. Back in the days when you were playing right next to your friend, it was shoot. You think verbal violence was bad? I can recall playing games with my friend, sitting next to each other, and we like punching each other for distraction and shit so we can win. So talking shit is one thing. So, once again, I digress from that. But the whole double-edged sword thing with Fallout and ESO, or Elder Scrolls, I should say. You need to stop saying ESO. But with Elder Scrolls being strictly an Xbox exclusive, the only way, literally the only way that I can actually see that PlayStation players will get the new, the actual new Elder Scrolls and maybe some other future Bethesda games down the road is because Xbox doesn't sell enough consoles. Because Xbox literally thinks that if we spend the billions and billions of dollars on all these gaming companies and all these top-of-the-name companies, which, ironically, most of the companies that they have bought have been sued quite a bit for, like, sexual harassment and all this other kind of stuff, misogyny, which, honestly, I don't know who they are, but at the same time, you gotta understand that when someone has power, and I mean someone, man or woman has power, they will use that power against the weaker people. So, don't sit there and go, oh, it's because they're a man that they took advantage. No, there's been plenty of female bosses in the workforce that has literally taken advantage of someone who is below them. Whether it be male, female, it does not matter. There's plenty of people on both sides of the fence, man and woman, who take advantage of that. So don't just sit there, oh, because it's a man. No. Now, to any of the allegations, if it's true or not, don't know, don't care. Like, you're working for a gaming company, your whole job is to go there, show up, do your job, go home. And right now, like, as far as I know, with the whole, like, going to the office thing, as far as I know, everyone's working from home. Still, as far as I know. Probably not. But, literally, all I can see it happening this way for us, for PlayStation players, is they do not make enough console sales through the acquisition of all the big companies, because a lot of people will like wait to see how well the games go. Because if anyone's smart in 2022 when it comes to game releases, within the last 15 years, I do mean this, the last 15 years, companies have downgraded on their product's quality. Like, every single game that has come out within the last 15 years, not every game, but still, majority of the games from the top tier names, Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, those companies have made unfinished games. Those companies have made games that were such hot garbage when they first came out that majority of the people stopped playing. ESO, when it first came out, it was damn near almost impossible to make any gold in that game. If you wanted a mount, it was 10,000 gold, so you were spending hours of grinding. If you wanted anything interesting, you had to spend real money on crowns. And the crown store is expensive. I mean, stupid expensive to get basic crowns. And some of the stuff is really, really expensive. And I mean, like, a lot of crowns expensive. Now, over the years, it has gotten better. They've made things better. They've changed things. Like, all that other kind of stuff got better. Much like any other live service game. But that is the problem. They've been taking PlayStation players' money for years. Before Microsoft made that acquisition and bought them out, Bethesda should have put that thought process into it, because there will be quite a few people who are on PlayStation who will buy an Xbox to be able to buy or play the next Elder Scrolls or the next Fallout. There are people who will do that. There are people who can do that. Doesn't mean you should, but at the same time, if you want to, your money, you're able to do it. But in my opinion, if we want gaming companies, PlayStation, Microsoft, Activision, like Bethesda, all these big gaming companies, whether they're creators or producers, whatever, if we want them to actually listen to the fans and actually make something that's for the fans, because it's our money that buys this and it's our money that makes these people rich, we're going to tell them no. And the way I tell them no is I'm not going to give them none of my money. I'll show them, hey, yeah, look, I'm playing this game on this console, and because I prefer this console. I don't believe in the whole console war. I don't believe PlayStation's better than Xbox or PC's better than this or whatever else. I believe in individuality, and I believe that people will play and go toward what they want. Not only that, but what their friends are playing as well. And I mean, if you really want to make everything better for all gamers, and you want to be inclusive, and you don't want no one excluded, like all these SJW people want, right? Well then, why are you going to sit there and go, well, guess what? If you're not a part of this culture or this gaming thing or this or that, then you are an outsider and we don't like you. That's division. That's the opposite of what people like that want. That's the opposite of what majority of people who work for Microsoft want. So why are you going to further divide and not do exactly what they did when they fucking remastered Skyrim? How many times? And how many consoles did that thing go to? Oh, let's see here. It was originally on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And then they somewhat remastered it to go to PS4 and then, Xbox One. And then at some point in time, they did a PC release. And then another time, they decided to give it to Switch. And now it has also been PS5 remastered. I'm not sure for Xbox. But they've remastered and resold that one game so many times. And then they went to the whole, oh, guess what? We're only selling our games on Xbox. They pissed off a lot of their fans. A lot of their fans are PlayStation players. So, either they're not going to make any money or barely any money on sales for the game or for their consoles. So Microsoft and Bethesda, or Microsoft or Bethesda or both, are going to come to an agreement of, oh, hey, we're just not making enough money, so we're going to have to make this not an exclusive, but a launch exclusive, much how like PlayStation did with the new KOTOR remake, with the Knights of the Old remake that they're doing right now. They said, oh, this is going to be a PS5 launch exclusive, meaning it's going to be on PS5 first, and then later on go to other companies or other, systems, whether it be Xbox or PC, both, maybe even on the new Switch or a Switch, not sure. We shall see, but still, be a very interesting thing to see. And that's honestly the only way I see us getting the new Fallout 5 and even the new Elder Scrolls. There's the only way is if they just don't make enough game sales and console sales within the next few years. Because the new Elder Scrolls ain't going to be out for a long time, so there's really no worry about that. They're, like, whatever game they're releasing next, whatever game Bethesda releasing next and putting on Xbox, if it does not sell well, that is probably what's going to make them rethink, okay, maybe we shouldn't just make our games exclusive to the point to where only Xbox has it, because right now there's not enough people on Xbox. Now, at the same time, it also does not exclude Bethesda partnering with another company like they've done before, Obsidian, and allowing them to make a game that will go to multiple consoles. And giving them the availability to, if it's Obsidian, give Obsidian the availability to make another New Vegas, like a New Vegas 2, or the New California Republic, which is where you'll go to California, or hell, let them do one that's based in Alaska, or let them do one that's based in Washington or Colorado, anywhere. I honestly don't care, but let another game company work on another Fallout and another Elder Scrolls. Because in the old days, it went Morrowind, Fallout 3, it went Oblivion, New Vegas, then it went Skyrim, Fallout 4, and so now it should go. Now, of course, in the kind of just way of things would look, you can go, well, with the fact they did Fallout 4. ESO came out after Fallout 4, and then after ESO came out 76, so you can kind of semi-count those. But those technically were still actual Bethesda games. So what if Bethesda, without really saying anything or confirming anything, is maybe thinking about going to another company? Because, like, they already confirmed that right now Fallout 5 is just a one-page, like, this is kind of what we're going for Fallout 5. Which then means there's like another 5+ years, maybe even 10. Oh, just the thought of 10 more years of waiting for a new Fallout game would be insane. But, I mean, it definitely could be a possibility with how long they're saying that it's going to take to develop the new Elder Scrolls. That's because of what they're working on currently right now. That's where it's like, you know, hey, Bethesda, go ahead and let Obsidian or any other game company who actually does really good games. And I mean, I want Obsidian because, I mean, Outer Worlds looked good and it was a fun game. So let them try. That's just me. Let them do a new Elder Scrolls game. Let them do like a new, you know, Fallout game. It'd be glorious. But in all honesty, I don't see it happening, but it'd be a good thing to see. I would love to. That's it for the video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone has a great day, great night, great evening, all that great shit. You know exactly what I mean. Catch me for the next one. Later, guys.